Hey, Nick.
Hey, Chase.
It's that time again.
What time is it?
Time for
Fuck this place!
It like didn't bug me, and then suddenly, like, I was like, "Hey,
this is an okay soundtrack. This is probably what I'm thinking, so maybe I have to be more articulate. So in high school, my favorite fucking thing to do right after school, right after, a day of learning and, whatever, is I would go to the ROTC booth, 50-cent soda, Dr. Pepper, or Cheerwine. Didn't matter. Cheerwine is a North Carolina based soda. It's just cherry. No, nothing else. So it's
what's the can look like? What's the can look like?
It's red with, and I don't know if they've done a redesign, but in like the early 2000s and the 90s and stuff, when they just made the can look super wet, like with the print.
Oh, yeah.
Like you're just like, oh shit, is that soaking wet? Like, oh no, it's just bubbles.
Yeah.
It's just fake printed bubbles on the side of the can. So yeah, a ton of those. And then it just says cheer wine on like in a diagonal font, white text, red. It honestly looks like a Coke kind of, but it just says cheer wine. Anyway,
it's
cheer
wine.
Cheer wine. That's correct. Yeah.
So is it wine?
Oh fuck! I was drinking wine. Oh shit! I was wasted. No, it's I don't know why they call it cheer wine. Again, all sodas used to be drugs, right? We know this.
Yeah, they used to be cocaine or whatever.
So maybe cheer wine at one point was just some backwoods fucking mash, that they made, like just like paint thinner that you drank.
Yeah,
that they put cherries into.
A bunch of hillbillies drank whatever back in the day.
Absolutely, and they're like, this will cure your afflictions. So I can hear again. So he would drink one of those, but what I would do is I would buy a pack of Sour Punch straws, and I would drink the soda through two of those. And a lot of people, when I tell that story, they're like, "Oh, I do that red vines." I'm like, "You don't fucking know what the fuck I'm talking about, you piece of shit."
Right?
Red vines are it's just a sweet-ish straw. If you drink that shit through Sour Punch straws, they're multiplying the bubbles by like 7, just like straight down the gullet.
Right. That like Mississippi Queen song just blaring in your head and stuff, and you're just like wandering barefoot through the woods for 3.5 days.
Absolutely, yeah. You take 2 sips of that cheer wine, and you're on the road with Leonard Skinner. You're in the band.
Yeah. You're passed out on the floor of a Grateful Dead show. And so you were just doing this. No one was telling you to.
Yeah, dude, I did it I loved it. It was one of my favorite things to do. It's like school's out, and I would go to play practice, because in high school you call play practice. In reality, it's rehearsal, but in high school it's play practice.
Play practice, yeah.
We practiced the play. And I would just beeline it for the ROTC booth, grab those motherfucking things, head over, and then
you like just behind the porta potties or whatever. Then you just start.
I would take it intravenously. With my friend T-Bone. And he'd have a little bit for him, a little bit for me. Yeah. And
sharing the same needle back and forth.
Same needle. It was it was the 90s kids.
Yeah.
And
Twizzlers needle.
Twizzlers needle. And we used a fruit roll up to like freebase it off of. You know what I'm talking about? You flattened a fruit roll up, put it on top, and then you scoop that in, and you burn it underneath with you light a candy cigarette and you put it underneath to get the flame.
Yeah. I was gonna say you pepper it with remember like that you just tear the packet open. It was like a white chalk stick in there.
Fun dip.
Dip. Yeah, you just pouring Fun Dip right across it, stuff like that.
So we did all that stuff. Yeah, had a real good time. And then I went straight to like doing a British accent for the latest farce.
Right.
And it was great for the voice. Really good.
It was great for the voice. It was really, really bad for your play about like revolution in China. I don't know why you were that character.
Yeah, I was just an oppressed man. And also we were a bunch of white kids. So I don't know why the fuck we were doing that show about China. Welcome to Fuck This Place Pod. The podcast about jobs with Chase and Nick. My name is Chase.
My name is Nick, and that's all.
That's it.
That's it. It's one of these ones where it's just the boys.
It's just the boys are playing it fast and loose.
We're just hanging out.
We have a lot to get to today.
Yeah,
I would say.
Oh man.
Yeah, we have. Okay, here's what we got on the docket.
Let's hear it,
my dear Nick. We have one of our favorite segments of all time. I would say all time, all the time that this podcast has been.
Yeah,
anyway.
Yeah. I know where this is going.
Dumb or Murderer.
Dumb or Murderer is back.
Bing, bing, bang. Bing, bang, boom. Are they dumb or is they murder? That's the segment. We have some write-ins to get to, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh man.
Just a peppering,
just a little bit.
Don't get all hyped up. If you're driving your car right now, please do not put your face through the windshield. We will get to them, but there won't be a ton of them. We just got to, just like a little cayenne on top of your chili or something. What do people do with cayenne?
Put it on ginger.
Ooh,
like ginger shots.
Ooh, yeah, sure. Yeah. I'm having a cayenne kombucha right now.
Are you really?
Like a weirdo. Yeah.
Yeah, that is like a weirdo.
There's little flecks of
it looks like you're drinking pond water.
Yeah, well, that's all kombucha, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know. Kombucha is
a little bit of pond water.
I could never get into kombucha.
Oh, really?
It always just so stinky.
I really like it. Specific kinds, like any ginger, like heavy ginger, heavy cayenne kombucha. Yeah, no, it is toilet water. Like it's
like someone dumped in that water.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh no, like a little bacteria dumped in. I mean, I think I've got little floaties.
Oh yeah.
I call
it's definitely
the
like the grodies. Yeah. It's like camping water.
Yeah, camping water from the sump where you dig because you're like in Arizona or something,
right?
And there's not any water nearby, but you're pretty sure there's water down below.
Yeah,
and so you just dig and
I know it's there. I know it's there.
Overnight, the hole fills with some kind of mysterious brew, and then that's what you drink the next morning because it's all you got. And then we have another segment that is brand new to this podcast, and it's called. We don't know what it's called yet, but we'll get there. So just buckle up. And if you are driving, please be buckled already.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be unbuckled and keep your face inside this side of the windshield.
I mean, live your life, but I would recommend buckling up.
Please, for your sake.
I don't think it should be the law, but
oh yeah,
not really. Just because I'm like I think if you're a child, I think if you're a child, it should absolutely be the law. I think if you're a parent and you have a kid in the car, it should be the law that it's your ass that needs to make sure they're wearing it. But when I think about the people I've known in my life who really don't wear seatbelts, I'm like, you're dumb.
Yeah.
I'm gonna protect you.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's super fair.
We protect this idiot at all costs. Make sure he's safe.
Yeah.
You obviously wear a seatbelt. It's like, duh. What's the argument against it? It's like itchy on my neck.
Yeah, that's the argument for real.
It's just whatever, dude.
We're gonna jump into dumb or mortarer.
Or mortarer.
Again, for those who, if this is your first podcast, welcome. Can't believe you made it this far before you stopped pressing play. Because who are these people? What is going on? This is, we look at Craigslist posts and decide whether we work there or not. But in this case, dumb or murderer is a person writing the Craigslist post dumb or a murderer? Will they murder me? Or do they just want me to pick up their sofa? Am I going to be in their basement, or do they have a weed whacker that they're trying to sell?
Like for example, sofa. That's a great example because you think about Wild Bill in Silence of the Lambs, pretending to be.
I think about him all the time.
Yeah, kind of pretending to be a dummy, and then he was actually a murderer.
That's a good point. Or
and he needed help lifting a couch into a van.
Absolutely. Or Usual Suspects, Kevin.
Kevin Spacey. Yeah.
Spacey.
Kaiser
Soze. Who is Kaiser Soze?
Yeah.
He's got that fucking crazy foot, and then it's just no more foot at the end of the movie.
More. And you go, holy fuck, his foot's not crazy.
I bet you that guy did it.
Oh my god. You're telling me his foot hasn't been wackadoo this whole time?
That guy's not dumb. He's a murderer.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, so we're gonna take a look at that. Post number 1 in the dumb or mortar. In the dumb or mortar category is a man for sure, and the post reads,
dude, I don't know this guy, but this is the dumbest fucking looking guy I've ever seen.
Yeah. The title is Need a Feminine Opinion. Terrible title. You got to click on that. If someone says female or feminine in the title of a post, something's awry. And yes, the picture of this man is the worst picture of a man, of just like a white boy that you could possibly think of.
It's just this guy. This is like if North Face built a man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's fucking whitest white guy.
Yeah. This guy's in a car, very clearly in a car.
Mm-hmm.
And he's also very clearly in a picture with someone else, but
that he's cropped out.
It has been vertically, like sort of the iPhone vertical crop out this person.
Yeah.
You would think he's like stoned or something, maybe by like the sort of like sleepy eye smile that he's giving.
Well, he's slightly not looking at the camera too, which makes me mad.
Oh, it's one of those selfies where he's looking, you can tell, when you're doing a selfie, you have to make a decision. Are you going to look at yourself in the actual, screen of the iPhone or whatever? Or do you actually look slightly up at the actual lens like a real human?
Right.
Do you just take that extra second and be like, oh, right, the camera's up top, right?
And he has not.
And then if you take picture number 1, which is the actual you looking at the screen, you look at it and you're like, oh shit, I was looking at the screen. Let me do one more.
Right.
This person did not do one more. Although there is one other picture, it's the same one. It's just a duplicate. Slight zoom in is the screenshot, so I didn't actually take that picture, but. And it's but also really important to note is, again, this person is very much, it's not like sometimes you see people crop a picture and you later see there's somebody else in the picture and you're like, wow, lucky crop. You know what I mean? Like I had no idea that there was 5 people in this picture. In actuality, there was 4. Like remember a while back there was like Keenan, there was like a bunch of SNL people, and it was like Chris Rock, and like there's a bunch of like black SNL, like sort of like legends, right? And Kenan Thompson was in it, but somebody cropped him out and like and it was like, bro, Kenan Thompson's been on SNL for so long, like I'm not sure you can.
They cropped him out and put another Eddie Murphy in there.
Yeah, I think Eddie Murphy was there for like the 40th reunion, or I don't know what the fuck it was.
They cropped him out and they put in like Eddie Murphy's Gumby character. It's super mean, like Jewish Gumby character.
Yeah. Or they put him back in as like that Mr. Rogers spoof guy.
Oh, Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood.
Mr. Robinson, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I love that. I loved Eddie Murphy on SNL.
Yeah, who didn't?
I'm sure maybe that might get me in trouble now if I look back at some of the stuff he was saying while he was in those characters. But as a kid, I was like, oh, this guy rules.
Yeah, I mean, he did it. He did it. I think people say this, and they're probably right when they say this, that he kept the show afloat for.
Yeah, I think he was like, he was the Allen Iverson of that era. He's like the only guy on their team that was any good.
Yeah. So anyway, this is not one of those pictures. This is there's a full other ear and hair and like jacket shoulder.
Yeah. Who do you think this is? Do you think this is his short hair mom?
See, I was going to say, it seems like it's another him.
Right. Like a twin,
like a replicant. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like a robot clone is what I was thinking. But
sure.
But yeah, it could be twin. That might be more realistic. But I was thinking more like Blade Runner. Like, are you real or are you not? Let me like test your emotional intelligence to figure this out. But like, yeah, no. And also this kid, when you say the North Face, you're dead on. He's wearing like a black nondescript warmer jacket and like a gray, like performance base layer or something. Anyway, they're in a car. They're having a good time, I guess. The smile is not big enough nor small enough to determine, is this guy having a good time? Does he see me? Can he see me now? Is he looking right at me?
Right.
I don't know. And then the post begins. And it says, looking for a girl. Okay, so now we're back. Now we're at girl. Okay, you were being technical with feminine. And now we're going back to, I don't know, a 12-year-old. Looking for a girl to help me select some clothing at Kohl's.
Fuck, dude. This guy's
all right. I want to try on some pants and shirts. What else is there at Kohl's? You want to try? Like, and bracelets too. I forgot to mention that. But I want to try on some pants and shirts, but need a second opinion. We'll pay $50 for the hour. Please introduce yourself via text and send a photo as well. Compensation box says $50 an hour. That's the post. And we are left just reeling.
I don't like, because best case scenario is this guy fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Like this like best case scenario is he is trying to angle to pay for a date, but
to go to Kohl's.
Yeah, to go to Kohl's. To go to Kohl's so that the woman that goes with him, can do work and like have to try to make him look good. It's like, that's best case scenario, dude.
Yeah, that is the most generous view here. This guy is just a fucking loser who sucks.
That's it. All this is earnest. He means all of this. He means fuck. I'm out of options. He can't ask the person next to him in this photo.
Like, hey,
he's already in the car with him.
Do you want to go to Kohl's, please? We just took a selfie together.
Just help me pick out 3 shirts or whatever he needs.
I mean, here's the deal. Speaking of Queer Eye, it is not hard to pick out some pants and shirts for your fucking self. Watch a couple episodes, right? And be like, oh, things that fit my body slightly better, some solid colors, some patterns. I'm out.
You talk to Tan, he's gonna tell you do that French tuck. I swear to God,
don't do the French tuck. Don't you fucking do that French tuck.
French
it only works for the reveal. Because for some reason they've got a cool belt on. But other than that, buddy, you take that French tuck out of there.
Right, exactly.
I was around for the first generation of Queer Eye, and I had some friends that tried the French tuck, and every time I was like, buddy, this ain't working. Okay. But everything else that this person says is gold. So stick fucking with it. Get a patterned button-up shirt. And go home, you know? Also, like, Kohl's. If you're going to Kohl's, you're going to the mall. There's plenty of other. You got several options to choose from.
Yeah, there's definitely a Target next to it. You can go into there.
And let me tell you, if this person is sincere and is listening to this podcast, and God, do I hope that they are listening to this podcast. Go to Target, my dude. Yeah. It's a much smaller selection because Kohl's is a full-on department store with like, it's like a bazaar. You know what I mean? Like there's so many fucking areas. There's like a Nautica section. Like I didn't even know there's still a fucking brand. Izod, like shit you've never heard of.
Dude, they have like every shoe that every shoe that Adidas rejected.
Yeah.
You know? They have like weird shaped Adidas there that like don't really like, it's like this kind of looks like a shoe, but it looks like a child drew this shoe. You know?
Yeah, for sure. Or they only have the Adidas with like the I'm talking about the Adidas with the shell, the oh shit. They were big in the 2000s and
like the shell tops?
Yeah, the shell top Adidas. They just have those. And they've only had those since 2002.
I feel like they have like Adidas or like that have like the bottom, like, you know, like the gum bottom, whatever, like the white bottom. It's like exceptionally large.
And it's like wider than the shoe itself.
Yeah. And it's just what is this fucking saucers on the bottom of my fucking shoes?
Or they have like SketchUps, like Skechers old people shoes. You know? Yeah, no,
I don't know why they try to do collection at all. Like these are just shoes. Every time I've been in Kohl's, and I'm not knocking Kohl's on the whole, 2 of my favorite shirts are from Kohl's.
Oh, hell yeah, my dude.
My Friday the 13th shirt I wear
that's from Kohl's?
That's a Kohl's shirt. That's a Kohl's shirt.
Shit.
And then I got a Levi's tank top with pineapples on it that I really love.
Oh yeah, that's another fuck this place favorite.
That's a summertime fuck this place
the
favorite.
10 people that watch us on YouTube love that shirt.
Yeah, and so I'm saying like, so it's like I'm not knocking Kohl's. I do think that their shoes are all imposters. Like, you know, like this is pod people's shoes. Yeah, you know, like, and I get, I'm like, yeah, for sure. I get really weirded out every time I walk by. Like, it's like, ooh, whenever I walk by there, you know, there's something a little mysterious, it's a little foggy in that section.
Or they have like those, or they have a sneaker that just has like a zipper on the side for no reason.
Yeah, yeah.
And why's there a zipper here?
There's like the shoes have like there's like they have like a weird string like that they're attached to so you can't steal them. It's like nobody's fucking stealing.
No one steals your
just a left shoe from the fucking Kohl's.
Yeah, it's tied down like a pin at the bank.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. A lot of people stealing these goofy fucking shoes.
Walking around the mall heading over to fucking Hot Topic wearing one left like Dockers original fucking dress shoe.
That's not a condemnation of Kohl's on the whole.
Nah, like, Kohl's on the whole, you know? Yeah. But what I'm saying is, listen, fellas, if you're out there, this is broader. Pop on into Target. You know, they've got it's a much smaller selection and they all look pretty good. Like it's hard to really miss at Target. Now I will say you got to stop buying the cereal shirts, fellas. You can't. I don't want to see another fucking Tricks shirt with like a little fade on it. We're done with. We don't need any more fucking Captain Crunch shirts. All right, that's the one. That's the one. Or I'm gonna say the same thing for just a classic Star Wars shirt as well. But again, there's not going to steer you super wrong. Like,
yeah,
you know,
I wouldn't fuck with a Star Wars shirt. I've never seen all the Star Wars movies, but like, I wouldn't fuck with them because they're the meanest fans in the world. I think.
Yeah, we've been over this before for sure. They are.
Those are all just a bunch of Kim Jong-uns or whatever. They're all fucking dictators.
They're gonna ask you questions, and because they're mad that Star Wars merch is at Target.
Yeah, they're like, oh yeah, what, you're a Star Wars fan? What's the gaffer in Return of the Jedi's blood type? You're like, what?
The gaffer.
Yeah, just like, I don't fucking know.
What's the first grip?
Yeah.
Name on,
just trying to choke you out with like a fucking plastic lightsaber or whatever because you don't fucking know, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, you know, just to be, you know, again, like in Target world, like Target put out Nirvana shirts when it was okay to wear Nirvana shirts again, you know, and it was like, all right, man, like just again, should you be wearing a Led Zeppelin Target shirt? No, I'm mainly talking about the basics at Target,
right? Yeah,
just like a fucking classic with some stripes, a tank with a, you know, American flag on it or some shit. I don't know, but you can't go wrong. It's hard to go wrong. Whereas Kohl's is like, it's better than Macy's for sure, but I mean, you can go down so many roads.
Kohl's is like if you
can walk out of there with
your wardrobe.
Say what?
Kohl's is like if your aunt picked out your wardrobe.
It can be.
You know what I mean?
Be. Yeah, you got
like,
pleated khakis.
Yeah, and what if he'd probably like a shirt that's just the logo from those cup noodle things? You know, it's like, the fuck, dude? No, that's weak. Target, whoever's coming up with the ideas, Target, there's like a fucking true blue guy in there somewhere, because like I walked into Target the other day and they had Smashing Pumpkins Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness shirt, and I was like, this is kind of an in the cuts kind of pick, I think, for a shirt to have.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, for sure.
So yeah, but Kohl's, oh man, I don't know. Like,
there's someone real sad at Target picking out some of that fashion bits, but we're grateful for them.
Yeah, we're very grateful for them.
Anyways, we should just listen to that one piano intro, like just on repeat. Anyway, so this guy sucks.
This guy sucks.
Is he dumb or is he trying to murder? Is the real question here, folks.
I'm gonna say maybe not full on murderer, but I do think this guy is predatory. Because I think that this post comes off as very like, let me lure you in. Correct.
And also like, you have to be so stupid to think that if you are a predator, that this would work.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's obviously an element of stupid
cheese and like a stick with a box, you know, and he's like waiting. He's gonna like pull the stick out as like the mouth. Like that's like his level of.
That's correct. Yeah, I know he has like a fishing line, and he just went to Claire's boutique and bought like a bracelet with like charms on it.
Right.
Thinks that like chicks love charms, and it's just like slowly reeling it in outside the food court, you know.
Right.
So yeah, no, that's for sure his like cartoon like Wile E. Coyote style of hunting, but he is hunting, I think. And I also, I don't even know if this guy is this guy, you know.
Right.
Which makes it even weirder that like, if this guy isn't the guy, the North Face guy that we see in the picture, it's like, well, then this guy picked this guy.
Right.
Like you could have picked anybody. You could go on Facebook and steal any picture. Right. But you stole this, which is even dumber. So I'm going to say a dumb murderer.
Dumb murderer.
Cartoon villain.
Yeah, sure. Cartoon villain murderer for sure.
Yeah. But will he murder? Again, I don't know.
No, I just think you're going to get texts from this guy for a long time after you told him to stop texting you. You know?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And he's going to have like a Tommy Bahama shirt. And he's like, is this good? Like,
right.
No, you can't. You can't buy Tommy Bahama. You can't do it. Tommy Bahama, by the way, short for Thomas Bahamas. Okay. Post number 2 is, the title is, and the question is this person dumb or are they a murderer? Funeral for my dear sister. And there's no pictures, and the text begins, and this is a little sad, folks.
That is a dark title.
It is my dear sister. It does feel a little bit like it was written like from an early 1900s poorhouse, you know what I mean? Like a funeral for my dear sister. But
yeah. I would think that, or like there's a chance that it's like funeral for my dear sister who I'm about to murder on the basketball court.
Yeah, correct. Yes. So yeah, that's a dark title. And so we're gonna just gently wade into the wave pool full of piss that is this post. Okay. The last post caused some confusion This is the text, by the way. The last post caused some confusion. My sister's funeral is the 1st of January. This is, again, an old post that we dug up from 2022. And I asked people to attend to honor her as a healthcare worker, that's a legit.
I would say it's noble.
No, a noble cause for sure. She was a homebody and didn't have as many friends.
Okay, that's okay.
That's okay. I wanted people to attend to honor her for her work and for her commitment to helping others. Again, these are nice things to say. Should someone be saying this on Craigslist? I do not know. And then the text continues. I was not paying for people to show up, but for gas money to get there, as gas prices are expensive, so sensitive to inflation. This is mainly a nurse's last call. Thank you. End of post. Compensation box says no pay. And I've got some questions.
Yeah. What?
Question number 1. There was a first post. There must have been a first post. And this blows my mind, actually, that people responded to him. Because I've always viewed Craigslist, and I know that people respond, but as this kind of like the bottom of a well, you know what I mean? Like you might hear something down there, but you don't really want to, like people respond to posts for sure, but I would expect 1, maybe 2 responses to any post at all. Right. Except for, some of the more legit jobs, which, can be fewer and far between on Craigslist, but they for sure exist. But it seems to me like this person got like hate mail.
Definitely some confusion. Yeah.
Well, it seems like there was some confusion for sure. But it seems like this person's reacting to like 5 people at least, just being like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you're paying to have people come to your sister's funeral." Which in the previous post, it must be that there was some amount of money that was offered, because in this post it says no pay, but they say, "I was not paying for people to show up, but for gas money to get there, as gas prices are expensive." So my question is, how much was that money? How much was that? Was it $20, $50? I would say $20. If you were paying for someone to come to any event, whether it's a funeral or otherwise, and you are trying to cover a stranger's gas money, I would say at least $20.
Right.
Because thinking of round trip, it's probably not like actually $20 in some cases. Like, your mileage may vary, but like, okay, well, I got to at least give you I wouldn't go anywhere for at least $20, right? I wouldn't do anything for at least $20 for someone I don't fucking know. And I would think more than that. Again, these are nice things for a person to say about their dear sister who died, which, by the way, sorry, major RIP there.
Isn't it just like, what's kind of reading me weird is just like paying you not to show up, but paying you for gas. Doesn't that just sound like, to me, it sounds like I'm not legally allowed to sell pets on Craigslist, so I'm giving away puppies in exchange for donations. Yeah,
it does. It's very true. It is very similar. Like I've done shows at venues where like the infamous Clubhouse in Los Angeles. There's
right.
You can't sell alcohol, and they're very explicit about that. But they say you can have alcohol available, and people can donate to things for it, it's here and there's a donation, and the two are maybe together, maybe they're not. Right. So it does feel a little bit like that. It was sort of like, come to my funeral and you got money, and maybe you did that for the funeral, or maybe you just happened to stumble upon $20 on the way out. But I guess the other question I really have is like, funerals are for the living, right?
Right.
They're not necessarily for the dead. They're gone. They don't have much of a concept of it. And I understand maybe, you want to say that your sister's a ghost or is in heaven, and for sure. But like, I don't think that she's going to feel super honored to have people, whether they're paid or
all
not.
These strangers.
Correct. They're still strangers. Still strangers, whether they're nice or not. They're still strangers. So what I'm saying is they're for the living. So it's things like, you want people at your sister's funeral,
Yeah. Why don't you have friends?
That's another good question.
Like, like your sister, maybe she didn't have friends. She was a nurse. She probably worked 20 hours a day. So she maybe didn't have that many friends. I understand that. Where are your friends, bro?
Yeah.
That's
a great question.
You don't
where are your friends and why have you alienated each and every one of them in turn over the last 5 years?
It just feels like a vendetta. Like there's like, no one's going to go to her funeral. And it's like, I'll show you.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. This guy's he's got a bet to win or something.
Yeah. Or like the sister was just like, look, I entered in this contest where if at least 200 people come to my funeral, you're going to get a big cash prize. You got to do it.
You got to do it, my guy. All right. I love you. Okay. Bye.
Yeah. Oh, peace out. Peace out.
Oh, peace out forever.
Oh, all right then. All right.
Wait. You can't pay them. Don't pay them. Put another post up.
Don't pay, you gotta put it. Oh, I saw your first post. It's not good enough. You gotta.
Oh man, that'd be the worst case scenario. Is if it was for her that was confused.
Yeah.
And like, but like, I'm super sorry. Your sister's dead, man. But like, what are you doing on Craigslist right now? You got so much bigger fish to fry. You got a funeral to plan. You know, you got so much more going on.
You got $20 to wrangle up. A bunch of $20 bills you got to find.
And I'm saying just keep the money, and just have a funeral. Like just have a funeral. Just go and let it be whatever it is, So,
so what do you think?
I think this person's maybe just dumb and sad, which makes me sad.
Right. Yeah. I am definitely leaning towards dumb. I think that there is a vendetta though going on of some kind. There's also a third thing we don't know about.
There's for sure a third thing. So I do not trust you. That is certain. And I am again, I'm very sorry for your predicament, but I don't trust you or the way that you're handling this situation.
Agreed.
So we're just gonna say dumb. We're just gonna say
dumb. We'll go dumb.
And RIP.
RIP.
Heyo, what's up, everybody?
What's going on, guys?
Hey, did you know that you can text this podcast? The number is 470-223-5627. That's 470-223-5627. We take your side, by the way. That's an automatic position. If you text us, we're on your side.
Yeah, I don't give a damn about your boss. You think I'm going to protect that guy? I hate that guy. I hate that guy. I got your back. We got your back here.
Absolutely. If we're this is like a weirdo, like sleazy lawyer commercial. I mean, we're on your side to a point, I'm
wearing a goofy suit right now.
I'm wearing a brown tie. Couldn't tell you why. If you need us to talk shit about something, like we're your shit talking team. All you gotta do is text 470-223-5627. That's 470-223-5627. We're on your side. Nikaruski,
my guy.
We got some write-ins.
Oh, some write-ins. They're writing to the boys today.
They're writing to the boys on this very day. We're very glad that they did. We've got a few to kind of wade our way through here.
All right, let's power through.
So yeah, again, if you want to do that, you probably just listen to the bumper. It's 470-223-5627, 470-223-5627. We're on your side. That's just the way it is.
That's how it goes.
You got something going on. We're here for you. Okay, so let's take a look at write-in number 1. And it's from my dude, #Jordan motherfucking lives.
Oh my God. Jordan fucking lives.
He's living.
Holy shit.
Oh shit. It's a short update. And Jordan writes and he says, "Hello, Chase. Congratulations on the newborn." Thank you very much, Jordan. Still working in the same lab, but I think this is the year I get out. Hell yeah, 2022.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Keep digging that little tiny hole like Andy Dufresne.
We got it. Yeah, just get whatever tool, the 127 hours method. Like whatever tool you got is the tool for the job, just keep picking. Just waiting on some raises and then doubling down on job hunting, which, hey, prudent moves. If you got some raises coming down the pipe, it might be nice to
hang on for those. Hang out for a minute.
Yeah.
Wait on those raises.
Just get it, just get a little bit of that and then save up a little bit of this and then bing, bang, boom. Here we go. And then Jordan continues. We have less staff than the last time I updated, and we're told we're at max staff. Pretty crazy.
Oh my God. Get the fuck out of here. Max staff according to who? According to who?
The operating budget, bro. According to the operating budget.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So poo poo caca. No fan.
Poo poo caca. Take that.
For those who are, very brief update, to catch people who didn't listen to the previous Jordan write-ins. Which if you already know all the Jordan story, we know you're a real one right fucking now at this very moment. That was a test and you passed. But for everybody else, bottom line, Jordan works in a lab. They've done some COVID tests. It's been understaffed for quite some time. People quit left and right. Yeah, it's really, honestly, it's sad to say.
People get sick left and right.
People get sick. Yeah. Pretty sad to say. Honestly, pretty typical scenario, right? Like of a company just not putting enough workers in the place and then just saying, well, we need you to work harder. Can't you?
Right.
And you're like, I mean, I prefer not to, honestly. Anyway, so like fight the good fight, Jordan. We're all rooting for you, very much so. And Godspeed. So that's really all, like, that's all we have for the Jordan update. But like, again, hashtag Jordan lives. Okay. Write-in number 2, speaking of legacy write-ins, is from our dear friend, nicest person in the goddamn world, Mallory. Mallory has had, for those who aren't real ones, Mallory worked at a place where a guy was British and faked being a real doctor.
Oh man,
I'm pretty sure it's just because he's British that he did it. And so, anyway, Mallory's super nice, probably the nicest person who, I'm definitely the nicest person who writes in, could be the nicest person. We've said nicest person in the world. She has corrected us and said, listen, I'm just nice to you. And honestly, like, thank you. So that's fine. We respect that. And it's also, you can turn on us, Mallory, like we're not immune to whatever ire. Anyway, Mallory says, let me first start by saying, congrats, Chase. I've been waiting for this announcement for a while, which is me being a dad. Congrats on being a new dad. Hooray. And thank you again very, very much. I'm happy you took a break to enjoy being a parent. I'm sure you needed it, and also glad to have you guys back. And we're very glad to be back.
Yeah. I missed you guys a lot. We missed you guys a lot.
We missed the whole damn thing. And then she says, great first episode back. And by the way, that's an episode with just the boys. Couple episodes back, you and Nick were talking about hashtag Jordan lives, and Nick wanted to know what was up with him. I agree with Nick. I need a hashtag Jordan lives update. Well, ask and ye shall receive, Mallory. You just got one. I was thinking we have not heard from them in a while. Anyway, I don't have much to say. My current job is pretty good, so I have no complaints. And that's what that's what we like to hear. Other than that, I want to say congrats, Chase, and glad to have you guys back. And then she pops in again. Mallory is so goddamn nice and says another great episode in reference to something. I don't know which episode. So glad to have you guys back from a much deserved break. I have to agree with you guys on not being mean on or what have you to the baristas. It is not your fault. Your parents gave you a fucked up name. I can't remember what episode we were talking about that, but yes, was it who was our guest? I think it was. Noah Kopfer? Yeah, we're talking about the Starbucks conundrum. And Mallory says, I know my name is not hard. Sorry, I had to make fun of you there, Mallory. But not hard by any means. However, I very much enjoy looking at how they spell my name. It is never correct, as well as how they say it. Yeah, I guess Mallory, it's not easy to nail. And then Mallory continues, if my high school teacher could not say my name correctly after 4 years together, which sounds so sad, I'm not going to expect a stranger to say it right, which, let me say, very realistic expectations post that 4-year high school thing. But also, I do think, Mallory, I think your high school teacher should have got that right. They had 4 years. I understand if like, for instance, a retool of this, I had a friend in high school who had a last name that was so long that it was off. Like the name ended on the paper. Like, so, cause at first day of class, they would get the teacher would just have everybody's name. It would be like, oh, Chase McNeil here. Oh, there he is, and he would say this kid's name. And, but it was like literally the letters ran out, and so the person was like, Papa, and they were like, oh, it's Papa Costantino or whatever, and like, and the teacher had to say it a few times and be like, oh, let me get, like it took a minute, and that's okay. Right. Like, but I do think that like it's your teacher's job to get your name right. Eventually. I do think eventually it's their job. It's their job. They have a lot of other jobs, to teach you math and stuff, but like to know your name and to get it right after, I would say, a semester at least.
Yeah.
They should get it right. But you're right to have those normal expectations of like, oh, typically it takes people a minute to like get my name, and that's just the way it is. Anyway, and Mallory continues. I do have to say, on a related side note, that the best gift I ever stole was from when Nick worked as a barista, and he will know what I mean. And Nick, I sure hope you know what Mallory means. My mom actually got it, a great zip-up hoodie at a holiday party, and I stole it. I still wear it every chance I get because it is comfy, albeit several years old. Ha ha ha. Hope you all are well and keep up the great work. Nick, do you know what Mallory's talking about here?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Enjoy that sweater, Mal.
Oh, a sweater.
Yeah, hoodie.
Oh, a hoodie. Oh, it is. Yeah. It is a zip-up hoodie for sure.
Secret Santa.
Yeah. And a stolen one
stolen Secret Santa.
Is it? Oh, you stole from. I get it. Copy that.
I've also been drinking this water. I meant to say. I think it's been sitting out for a day. You know how water starts to taste real fucking gross after.
Oh, you mean kombucha? Bada bing, bada boom. Jason's doing callbacks. Yeah, no, water tastes. It starts to taste like aquarium water. Like it tastes like aquarium water starts to smell. Does that make sense?
Yeah. It's not bad, but something happened to it.
It didn't taste like aquarium water because I've never drank aquarium water, guys. So thank you for writing in, Mallory.
Love you, Mal.
We love you. We appreciate you. We see you. We honor you. We're glad your job is going fine.
Yes.
Because, you don't have to, your life, contrary to popular opinion, your life doesn't have to be a fucking wreck to listen to this podcast.
Yeah.
Ours is from time to time, but whatever,
Yeah. And Mallory's like gone through like the sunrise, sunset of the bad job. She's had bad jobs. She's had the tough spots. And now
we want to be there for the full evolution.
Right.
This is your self-actualization.
Exactly.
Okay, we got two more. This next write-in is from
Jesus. What the fuck is this picture?
The guy named Tyler. And the person says, hello. And then there's a picture. And it's a great picture. It's a great picture. And it's a great picture to text for the second text he sent somebody. I don't know how to describe it. It's a man wearing a twirly, one of those twirly like cartoon hats. And it's hard to tell, but he's like, it's blurry, like it's out of focus. And he's holding the edge of a door as if he's either being shoved out of the door or he's coming in, you know what I mean? But like if you wanted like a cartoon, like a golem creature to come around the surface, you would have him grab it and then peek around in the fashion that this man is creeping. He's got a little mustache, a little bit of hair. Anyway, so those are the first two texts from our dear friend Tyler. And then this person texts, I text every number I see in a video, which is like, what a policy, Right.
That's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work, but then that started to make me think like how many numbers do I see in videos, and what videos are we talking about?
Yeah.
Because it could be like 3 videos really when you think about it. But I'm guessing this was like on YouTube or something that this person saw us. And then I immediately text back and say, well, and by immediately, I mean, whenever I got around to it, LOL, what a pic. Is that man being squeezed out of the door or is he coming in? Because again,
right.
Like is he afraid or should we be afraid of him?
I think we should be afraid of him.
Yeah. Well, anybody who's wearing one of them twirly hats, I don't trust him.
Yeah. Anyone who's wearing those twirly hats and it's not 1945 or whatever.
That's correct.
I'm not into it. You better be a little rascal if you're wearing that.
You better be the littlest rascal of all time. LIL apostrophe only. I don't even want to see the T's. Were those hats ever in fashion? Like
I don't think so.
I don't think either.
Maybe if you were like the Beeve, I don't know.
Is the Beeve from Little Rascals?
No, he's like Leave It to Beaver.
Oh, the Beeve. Yeah, for sure. And then Taylor says, "LOL, I forgot which video I saw this number." So clearly, Tyler is texting a lot of numbers.
Right.
If this person forgot, right? And then I text a screenshot of my dear old friend Nick.
Don't ever do that again, Chase.
It's he's smiling. He's smiling all fucking. He's smiling all fucking regular. Just
Dude, I look like that now.
Man, I knew Nick was gonna love this, and so yeah. So what happened was I went to because I was like,
you're trying to remind him which number this was.
Which number? But our latest bumper doesn't include the number underneath because we say it several times. And so I was like, oh, it must be an older episode. And so I go to the YouTube vault, so to speak, and I grabbed the bumper and I was like, do I do a picture of me or do I picture Nick? I was like, no, I do a picture of Nick. And I did not work that hard. I just like pressed forward a couple times and it got, I think Nick's giving a pleasant look to the camera, but it is certainly the look of like, well,
it's what it is. I didn't know I was taking a picture.
That's correct. Yeah, it's the smile. It's the smile you give like your date's parents, I'm trying to appear nice, but like I'm not really sure how nice. Anyway, and then I text and say, ring any bells, and then it for sure rings some bells, and it says, oh yeah, you guys interviewed Kyle Kinane, right? And the answer is yes, we did.
We did, Kyle.
And I said we did, and then and I said, now if you please do tell me if Mr. Twirly Hat Man was headed in or out, or if you had to gun him down, because I was concerned, right. Was this the picture you found on your friend's phone of his last moment, alive? Right. And then he responds, oh, that's an old LOL. That's an old meme of Gus Johnson. Did not know precisely who Gus Johnson is, but he is a YouTube dude.
Okay.
And I also Googled Gus Johnson memes, but if you just Google him, like he's a comic. I don't know if he's.
Okay. Got it.
Like he's a sketch like YouTube dude. And so this is probably from like one of his weirdo sketches where he's obviously a weirdo. And anyway, I said, thank God he's alive. And that's pretty much it. I did say, wait, how many numbers have you texted? Like, what's the response rate? Because that's what I'm curious about. Like, you text every number you see. Now, granted, ours is we invite you to text, right? So anyway, and Tyler says over the years, probably a few hundred. Most with no response or like a disconnected error or something, which is like, man, you're really playing the odds.
Right. Yeah.
And I say the bastards because I think it's not fair if people are going to do nothing. And he says sometimes bands make a hotline where people can leave messages and stuff, like in the video Fever by the Black Keys. I'm not familiar with the video, but maybe people are asking for like, I've seen plenty of them where people ask for like fan stuff, right? Like text us or send us a picture or do us a recording of us doing, singing the lyrics or whatever. And he says, do you guys work at a radio station or something also? I used to listen to a station in Cleveland and they would always hold a small podcast after the morning and afternoon show with the guests and stuff. And the answer is no, we do not work at a radio station also.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
To answer your question, Tyler, we record this on, as you can see on YouTube, on motherfucking Zoom from our goddamn houses, like little desperate fucks. We do not have a studio that we record in, but I thank you so much for thinking that we do. Right. We've been over this before, but this podcast is just Chase and just Nick. I can't stress this enough. We are out on a life raft, and it is so much work. It is so much work. It is two people on one, like, those blow up alligators or like blow up whales or whatever you can get for fun, that basically they're like for Instagram pictures only, they're not, and they say on the side, like, not a life-saving device. We're on one of those and we are trying to sail across the Atlantic, and it's just Nick paddles or Chase paddles.
Right.
That's it. So thank you for thinking that we work at a radio station also, and maybe that, I don't know, Arcadians is good. And I said, well, I think that you deserve a response, and is it cool if we read this on the pod? So I do think it's fucked up that people are not responding to our friend Tyler. Like, if you're going to have a number out there, you deserve a response of some kind. Like, just a literal thank you for your submission. Right.
I want to, I would want Tyler to, I want to ask Tyler if he wrote to Mike Jones's number. The rapper Mike Jones, the Houston rapper Mike Jones.
He had a number?
He had a whole song where he just listed a phone number over and over in that song. So I would be curious.
Did you text that specific number?
Yeah.
I do have a question about the rules, because Tyler, you say every video you see. So it could be that he doesn't do it because it's not in the, that's not a video. That's a song. You know what I mean? Tyler's only texting numbers and also, are you doing text when invited, Tyler? Or is it like you see a commercial, right? And they're just like, for like a car dealership, and they're like, this is our phone number. And you're like, let me text them and see what they're up to. Is this that broad, or do you have specific rules? Are you waiting for invitations? Because, again, it makes me even madder that if you've been invited to text, some numbers, and most of the few hundred, let's just call it 200. Well, few is actually 300 with no response or like a disconnect, like it just seems like, what the fuck? Anyway, it makes me sad. And I just want to say you have a home in Fuck This Place Pod. So I just want to know the rules. That's all I want to know. What's your criteria? And also any other notable responses? Like, are we the only ones who've actually texted back like real people? Because if so, we're cool, and they're not. That's my question, Tyler. That's my only question. Pause really quick. I gotta name this write-in.
Yeah, for sure. Did they give us a name?
No. Let's go androgynous name like fucking Skip.
Do you know a lot of girls named Skip? Like it's a pretty guy name, Skip.
I don't fucking know. Trip? Maybe I should have said Trip.
How many girl trips you know?
I don't know, dude. I don't know anyone. I don't know any guys or girls named Skip or Trip.
I know one. Skip Bayless is the only Skip I know. He's a ESPN talking head.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Our final write-in for today is from Skip.
I wanted a real down the middle name like Steven.
Because we're trying to, I genuinely want people to feel like welcome, right in. So anyway, it's from Skip, and Skip says, trying to tell people about your podcast, and one of the funniest episodes I have heard is from an archived Craigslist ad. And I agree with you, Skip, that we think these are some of the better episodes. I'm not saying that we don't like the guests. We like the guests, but we are trying very much to make the Nick and Chase episodes kind of like fucking home runs. You know what I mean? And then, so they're looking for an episode, and they're trying to pull me for what it is, which I think is excellent. We're useful for whatever. And it says, today, truck driver. I think that's this type. Can't find it again. Can you please tell me what episode? And it says, not today, Yoda truck driver. This is the Yoda.
I remember that. Yeah.
I think it's from our We're Back episode. Am I wrong?
I think you're right. Yeah.
It's
the guy would only speak in Yoda voice.
Yeah. And it says, LOL, I heard the episode where it got shot down, but I can't find the one where you actually talked about it.
It would be either the very next one or the one after, I would assume.
No, I think it was it's a little bit out of order because of it was Chris. It was the Bakersfield episode where we turned it down. Right. It was Chris. From the I Like to Like Things pod. Yeah. Anyways, Chris. Who was said like, no, I don't want to fucking talk to that guy. Anyway, and then like minutes later, because this is like 9:17, 9:18, and then 9:26. It says, never mind, found it, LOL, and then moved on, which is great because again, the turnaround for me texting back is not like, let's call this more of like a letter write-in than like a pure text, because I am not waiting.
Chase is writing with a quill.
I'm writing with a quill in blood, and so I have to draw the blood, and it just takes a long time, so it's tough. And I
have to find a hound for the.
I have to find a hound, and I just put like one of those a Saint Bernard with one of those whiskey barrels on its neck, and I just tuck it into that, and then it comes and rescues you in the snow wherever you are. And I say, okay, thank God. And then this person continues, Skip, listen to it 4 times and laugh every time. And that's amazing.
Thank you so much for that.
Appreciate for listening 4 times. That's so cool of you to do. I work at the post office, and you guys help me through the day because I'm laughing so hard. Fuck yes, Skip. The number one use, in my opinion, of this podcast is, of course, to or from work, right? But literally when you're on the clock.
Yeah.
And thinking, fuck these fucking people. I'm gonna listen to this goddamn podcast about how much I hate it here.
Skip, you work at the post office. That's so fucking hard.
That's so hard.
That's hard fucking work. And that's like like waiter work or whatever, where it's like it's hard and you don't get the credit for it.
You get zero credit.
I feel like people are always like, oh, you work at the post office, that pays so well. It starts
federal job. Yeah.
And it's just like, but I bet a lot of motherfuckers with a limp. Like I bet a lot of guys that walk with a funny gait because they're carrying those heavy ass bags always on their dominant side. Now they walk all ridiculous.
Absolutely. Or they got their leg cut, caught in the shredder or something.
Yeah.
Bad shit happens
in the credit card shredder, and they're like, no. And it's just like
correct. Well, and bad shit happens at the post office because people out front are the most people person they got. And if you go to the post office, those people are not particularly nice, and they don't have a reason to be because they're They work a government job, and everyone is
to the bone,
and everybody like you can say, oh, it sucks to go to the post office. Everybody's mean there, but like, yeah, so is everybody on the other side of the line. I don't know if you ever stood in line at the post office. Everybody fucking sucks. They're acting like, oh, I'm in a rush. I gotta get this package out.
I should have done this a week and a half ago. Again, you help me do it right now. What do you mean $6 to do it right now?
Correct. Like, I'm the first person to need to rush a package.
Yeah.
We're all standing in this line because we are late to sending our mother a card, and we all feel like huge pieces of shit for it. It's like, it's gonna arrive after her birthday. Okay. But I'm gonna fucking mail it to her, and I'm gonna pay extra and it's still gonna arrive after, but I'm gonna fucking do it because it'll be on Monday instead of Friday. And
right.
That's good enough for me. I don't feel like a piece of shit son for it. It's fine. That's what everybody's in line for. So yeah, everyone's dealing with their fucking demons too. Okay. It's not just fucking you in the line. So anyway, it's a tough gig. Uh-huh. And we know this after the Chaz Hawkins episode. This is some shady shit going on in the post office.
Yeah,
because you got the real postal workers, which are, again, they don't have skin anymore. It's just like they just have like the Christmas Carol, Ghost of Christmas Past bone hand, or Christmas Yet to Come. They've got old bone hands. That's
coming
all
out of that weird long sleeve.
They don't say a word. They just like crooked finger point at the stamps, like forever. You know,
weird. Like dogs hate you. It's really weird.
Yeah, so it's tough for them. And then there's like this whole world of like these sort of like freelance post office people, where it's like you might as well work for fucking Amazon. You know what I mean? But you work for the post office, and you're not getting benefits. You're not in like a union or anything. Fucking, it's just the worst parts about the post office with none of the randomly good parts. Anyway, bad times. And then Skip. So we say Skip continues. Sometimes it's awkward. My boss is trying to tell me something, and I have you guys in my ear and just start laughing. Good times. And that's, again, best, or we're talking highest and best use of the podcast is laughing directly in your boss's face, because we're saying some shit about like a guy who only wants to speak Yoda to pay you for a trucking job. So thank you, Skip, very much for writing in. And again, of course, I just asked if it's okay, and that's the end of the write-in. Any questions for Skip here, Nicholas?
I want to know what you do at the post office. Don't tell me anything that's going to get you in trouble.
That's right.
But I want to know what you do, how long you've been there, any weirdness you've seen, anything, anyone in particular you want us to make fun of for you there.
Absolutely.
I'm down for all of that. I just, at my job, I go to the post office every day at my job, because I drop off shit for them, for my company. And
you're in line with a bunch of people that also have to do that for their companies. And that's peppered in with just regular assholes. And the regular assholes are the worst ones. Anyways, carry on.
Those employees, they all work so fucking hard. There's one lady, I love this old black lady, and she's so nice. I don't know how she fucking does it. And like the other day, she was wearing a San Francisco Giants lanyard, which out here in LA is
that's a bold move.
Yeah. And so, and I
especially because that game was coming up at the time, or they had already lost.
Oh, I don't know. I just know that this is Dodgers town. Like, and I'm not a huge baseball guy, but I know that. Like,
sorry. The 49ers just played, not the fucking Giants. But
you're thinking that's New York.
But it is more a Dodgers town than it is even a Rams town.
Absolutely, 100%. This is
by like Dodgers, a huge factor.
These are bleed blue kind of Dodgers people out here. And so, but anyway, so I was just like, I walked up, and she's always so helpful. And I remember I was like, man, you wearing that Giants, like I'm from NorCal too. Like, but man, that's like, I was like, that's a bold meme. And she goes like, baby, I don't give a fuck. I was like, oh, you're awesome.
Man, this lady just continues to impress.
The toughest, the toughest.
But she's laid somebody out.
Yeah. Like she looks like she punched you once and you're laid out.
Like she
not even like a combo.
She's
just
not.
once.
She's not. Yeah, she's not like Hulk. She's not gonna Hulk it.
She's just like perfect right on your temple, and you just, just slowly. And then you're out. Yeah. You were done.
It's over, and they just and it happens at least once a shift, and they just somebody comes out and just uses one of those big wide ass brooms, right? And you just shove your body back to where all the PO boxes are, and eventually you wake up.
He's like, "Afternoon, ma'am." And he like does a little hat tip, and then he takes the dead guy out or whatever.
That's it. That's all that happens. So let us know if that happens at your post office, Skip, or if there's anyone that you respect. That would be another one. Like, is there anyone who's like a real one there? Again, don't give away any. major info. If you have any shout outs. But I am slightly curious because this person says they are trying to tell people about your podcast. And I'm curious because when you tell someone about a podcast, it feels like an intimate move, of just like, no, you gotta listen to this fucking thing.
Right.
And then you kind of want to know more so than with like a band, like I'll hand out like a band rec, like the other day, Nick was like, hey dude, like fucking Kohl kind of goes hard. And I was like, I got a song for you. And I passed him another Kohl song. Just be like, hey, fucking go, dude. I do not follow up on that information because it's like, I like him enough that it's like, whatever, I don't care. But sometimes with a podcast, I'm kind of curious, like what did you think? Because it's even more specific, I think, than music podcasts. And so I'm curious, Skip, if you were able to hand it out to somebody and if you ended up following up, I'm not asking you to follow up. If you did follow up, what was their thing? Because my guess is they're gonna be like, what the fuck did you, what is this?
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about?
And what was your pitch, Skip? What was your pitch? How did you present us? So you just like, I listen to these dweebs and they like,
listen to these fucking losers. These fucking hate it here. You fucking go. You want to listen to this fucking podcast? Honestly, it's a pretty good pitch, I think. So
how did you find us?
Yeah. How'd you find us, Skip?
Because like I look and I'm like, most of our fans, I'm like, I went to high school with these guys. So I don't know, how did you find us?
TikTok a lot. That's one of them.
TikTok
and Instagram Reels, Speaking of things that only Nick and Chase are doing, by the way, those are also Nick or Chase that are helping making those decisions as to how those get made. So, just FYI, it's us on the little life raft and we got a little alligator and the alligator's got a little smile and we're like, we're going to make it probably. We don't have a paddle or anything, but we're just going to use the hands, just give it a nice cupping motion. Like as long as the tides aren't too strong, we'll make it to England. So that's us. And thanks. That's the write-ins. We do have one final segment that we want to experiment with before we end today's podcast. This segment does not have a name, but in essence, this segment is born out of Chase creeping on Reddit, but mostly. It's born from me being bored and looking at Reddit and thinking, oh, that's kind of fucking interesting. And so right now the segment's called Chase is Creeping on Reddit. And to be fair, I responded to some of this stuff, but we're not going to share my responses. I'm curious about the thing. Cause there's like Reddit's for customer service, there's Reddit for jobs and shit. So there's people that like literally just ask questions to the world. And we are going to answer one of those questions today. So the title of the question is, I need help. Okay. And this is from r/customer service. And I'm like, I bet you fucking do, buddy. You're in customer service. You need some help. Okay. And I guess I shouldn't say that there's no pictures. Why would someone have a picture of a post on Reddit? But maybe they do that anyway. I'm somewhat newish to Reddit, but I am lurking on Reddit on the job boards. And I'm genuinely trying to encourage people to get new jobs because I thought, fuck, this place is not reaching people far enough. Like I need people to get another job. Anyway, and the text begins. The person says, long story short, I'm an 18-year-old manager at this fast food place. Okay. Today, I had an unruly customer.
Doesn't sound like I'm an 18-year-old, like war general. Like just like I'm a child soldier. I'm 18 years old.
Yeah, that's correct. There is a lot loaded into. I'm an 18-year-old manager at this fast food place. It's like
I have been fighting in the war for 17 of those years.
I am a king of men.
Yeah.
I have just come back from the Crusades. I've seen some shit, and
all 11 of my siblings are dead.
Yeah. No, there's the sunken eyes by the person who's saying this, like for sure. Like I'm lucky to have my limbs. Is really what that sentence should say. It's like, I am glad to still be alive. I'm 18-year-old. I'm an 18-year-old manager at this fast food. I mean, like, you're woefully underprepared in a variety of ways. To number one, be a manager at a fast food place at all is, I mean, you are under the guillotine every single fucking day.
Yeah. And we talk a bunch about fast food places on here, and there's obviously like, some fucking dirtbags that work there or whatever. Yeah. But that's a hard fucking job and no one gives a fuck about you. The bottoms of your shoes don't have bottoms, you know, like you're just barefoot, you're Fred Flintstone in it, you know, like it's just, oh my God, everyone there's, all your customers are ugly, you know, like
they're mean motherfuckers.
They're out of shape or whatever.
And they're so sad. And you're the only thing that's going to fix them.
And if they're not those things, they're on the worst day of their life. You know, you'll get like someone in there who's just in there because they're like, there's nothing for 35 miles in any other direction.
Yeah.
I need to go into like Jimbo's Tacos.
I got to pop into this combination KFC taco.
Yeah. I got to walk into like butt fuckers over like in Wisconsin or whatever and just get
like a A&W root beer fast food restaurant.
Let me get a double butt fucker with a fucking extra large Coke, please. They're just all fucking pissed off, you know?
Yeah. I'll take the enema fries.
Yeah.
Butt fuckers.
So like,
which is actually not that far off from Fuddruckers. I feel
it's not that far.
I love Fuddruckers.
Like there were brothers that split off, but only one of them was successful, and that was Fuddruckers.
Yeah,
like butt fuckers just didn't catch on the way he thought it would. He's like, "What? It's funny." It would have been like, it's funny.
But Buttfuckers is going to open a comedy club in like Des Moines soon, and it's going to take off.
That double butt fucker with extra cheese.
It's just a funny word, man. There's
right.
no way that butt fucker isn't funny. It's just the syllables are great. It's great. It's a great word. Huge fan. Top of the list as far as I'm concerned. Okay. So yeah, I'm an 18-year-old manager at this fast food place. I have one eye. I need hip surgery. Like things are bad for me. We get it.
Right.
Today I had an unruly customer, which is like fucking every day. Anyway, today I had an unruly customer want to fight me outside in the parking lot. Man, again, like, oh God, fuck. Was it Mark Smalls who talked about, or no, it was, I can't remember who worked at a fucking.
No. That was Trevor Hill.
Yeah.
At a Quiznos.
Yeah, a Quiznos. Was it a Quiznos?
It was Quiznos. It was a sandwich shop, right?
Oh my fucking God.
He had like Carlos was the guy who was a really good fighter at his job. Everyone.
And his like the neck on his shirt was always stretched out.
Yeah.
That the image of a person walking away from a fight with their fucking neck. With their neck. I've been thinking about this for months, dude, with the neck stretched out. Like every middle school fight I ever watched. Ever, like fucking like Zachary Levi. I know that's a celebrity, but some kid named Levi, I remember. He would wear those what would Jesus do bracelets. Got his fucking ass kicked. He's a piece of fucking shit. And he walked away and his shirt was, oh man, his neck was so stretched out. Like you saw so much collarbone from that kid. Dude, it was like one t-shirt or whatever.
Dude, I fucking remember in high school there was a guy, one of my best friends. I'm not going to say his name, but like he was just talking so much shit to the wrong dude.
Yeah,
and just making make my friend is very funny and was just making fun of him to no end. And the dude just grabbed my friend and like forced him to the ground and pushed his face into mud. And just pushed his face all the way into the mud.
Like there will be blood, like in that where like he's just like shoving the kid down, just making him like eat his own mess and carry on.
Yeah. It's just like he's just like shoved his face all the way into the mud and then got up and like left, and then like they just went their separate ways, you know. And then everyone would always be like, "I heard you lost that fight," and he was just like, "No, he just pushed my face in mud."
Bro, you lost so hard. You lost in such an embarrassing way.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this person, hopefully this is not the neck stretcher of the group. An unruly customer want to fight me outside in the parking lot. Come on, man. Obviously had a bad day and wanted to take it out on anyone, which honestly, like just that little parenthetical there shows you've got a lot of like emotional depth, human, like fellow human here. Anyway, every time I have a customer like this, they're usually plus 40 or 40 plus, which is so fucked up.
Yeah, those khaki shorts are well above the knee, well above those thin thighs. You know, real big old beer belly, fucking stick thin thighs.
And they're wearing those kind of sandals that they're not flip flops. They just go over the front of the feet.
Right.
And their heels are so dry.
Dude, so fucking dude, like something
Ashy
from the History
heels.
Channel. Just like fucking Easter Island looking ass heels, bro. Just and they wearing like a salmon collared shirt, you know?
Absolutely. Yeah. And it's a little stressed out too, but just from sweating and doing lawnmower sales or whatever. It's so frustrating to see grown adults act so immature, which it is. 18-year-old fucking like trench warfare survivor. Anyways, I guess what I'm getting at is I would like some tips on how, I don't know, not to give a fuck. Have a thick skin ? Every bad encounter lingers in my head for hours after the altercation, and almost every single time it wasn't even my fault. Yeah, no shit. It sucks. Some people can laugh those things off, but it just eats away at me. And that is the r/customer service write-in post. I don't know, whatever it is.
Man, that's rough.
That's tough. It's tough. And I feel like the reason that this like really stuck out to me is because this is not the first time I've seen this kind of post in customer service or like r/jobs or r/ I hate my job or whatever. But like the thing that I think is super important to note here is that like you are right by like a huge margin. Like you as the 18-year-old manager of a fast food restaurant, like
as the child manager, yes.
As the boy king, as the child emperor, like you've done absolutely nothing wrong, and your response is the right response. Like if any human gets into a scenario unprompted where a person wants to fight them, the normal response is to be fazed by it for a couple hours. Because it came from nowhere. It wasn't something you did. It wasn't like, oh, you know what? I was talking shit and I shouldn't have done that. And you might be faced for a couple hours for that anyway. You know, old stretching out shirt Levi. You know, he should think about that for a few hours, but for different reasons. You were just doing your shit. You're putting fucking pickles on top of a fried chicken sandwich. If you're at Chick-fil-A.
A chicken butt fucker. Yeah.
Chicken butt fucker with extra pickles. Right. You're just and if you're the manager,
they call them green dicks over there.
If you're the manager, you're just trying to help your other fellow children,
right?
Who are some of them on
and these toddlers you're working with,
like some of them are on ungodly amounts of like Klonopin or something, you know, like they have snorted a lot of something, and you're just it's like you're just Sisyphus, just trying to push this impossible ball up this hill and just trying to get one double butt fucker with no cheese out to the floor, right?
Extra green dicks.
Yeah.
And a large super jizz.
Large super jizz. And a taint salad on the side. Why they order a salad? You ordered extra large fry. What the fuck do I care? Do it, live your life. You're just trying to get that out there, right? And then this motherfucker wants to fight you because some asswipe in the back, like rightfully didn't give a shit about this, the 1,000th order of the day, and didn't put extra pickles on it.
Yeah. I think, oh man. I mean, I think that like you're at a crossroads, my guy. Like it's like if you're a manager at 18 years old, like
you got some shit together.
Yeah, I'll say you got something special about you at least. Like, but you have to like you're obviously not meant to be working at a fast food place if you're already the manager at 18 and you're kind of handling this level of like pushback. Yeah, you know, it's like, so I would I can't, this guy doesn't know. I wish this was a write-in so we could follow up with this, but like,
you know what I'm going to try and do. We'll see if I can find this post again. But one of the things I'm thinking, Nick, is we're going to make this a YouTube clip and I'm going to post it underneath and be like, hey dude, we responded to this. Okay. Like if you want to check it out, we responded. Anyway, we'll see.
I would say, you know, one on the grander scale, you need to like start looking for something else.
Yeah. And before Nick is it, number one, you don't deserve this. And number two, carry on, Nick.
Number one, you don't deserve this. I mean, you might suck. I don't know you, but but most likely I don't think you do. I think you seem cool. I would say you don't deserve this. Two, on the grander scale, you need to find something else. You just need to. If you're working as a manager at 18,
you're already kid president.
Yeah. You're already basically almost an astronaut. And so like You need to start looking for something else that's a little more agreeing with you. And in the short term, you need to start giving yourself wins at the end of the day. You need to start like fucking go to the movies or something after work. Give yourself something to look forward to after shifts that you feel are going to be rough.
Yeah, you need some wins. That's a solid point.
You know, like because you can't just take losses at work and then go home and lay in bed and then get up and go back to work, because that's how you're going to start grinding yourself down. You need wins too.
Yeah, and I think you know, Nick, you're absolutely right that like this person is definitely qualified to go somewhere else, no problem. And like, just to be clear, you could become like, this doesn't have to be like a complete reinvention of yourself. You're fucking 18. Like, you probably just want a goddamn job and move and be able to move the fuck on. So like, let's say you work at a Wendy's, right? There's probably more pleasant fast food places to work. Like, you don't even have to like envision some other like literally. I knew a dude who not 18 was older, was like a manager at like a Five Guys, and like made pretty decent money, you know. And I don't think you would be a manager right away because I think when you probably get hired, they probably put you back, you know, wherever. But what I'm saying is like he was like, it's pretty fucking easy. Like, people don't get that mad at Five. It's not like it's Five Guys. It's a slightly more, what's the word? Selective audience, right? Of people that are like, you know, it's a consistent product and they only have a limited menu. You know what I mean? It's not like,
and I think that's king. I think it's king to have a limited menu,
like king of the world right there. And there's no like, you know, I'm sure there's kids options, but what I'm saying is there's not like the latest fucking Frozen merch that like people are coming after, or you know, it's like they're
not like kicking you in the dick over Beanie Babies or whatever. Like all those people that died in the 90s from being murdered over Beanie Babies.
Absolutely dead.
Fucking dead.
Yeah. And R.I.P.
Strangled.
People should have come to their fucking funeral.
Like 11 Fry Kids died during that.
Absolutely. A day. They have 11 Fry Kids died a day during the Beanie Boy Wars of 96, 97. So yeah, like you can work at a Five Guys because again, it's Five Guys burgers and fries. The only thing that isn't in the title that they have is like, I think they have some hot dogs, right? Otherwise, everything they have is there, you know, like we've talked about this on the podcast before. I've worked ice cream before, and I'm not saying that you never have customer service problems, but I am saying that the customers who show up know they want ice cream. Right. Like, and so like in general, I'm not saying they're in a great mood, but like they are preparing to be in a good mood, you know? Right. It's a treat. It's a whatever. So I'm just saying, like, you have a ton of options right now, right? Like, you don't even have to work that hard. Like, but that being also said, you clearly have a lot of experience with customer service. So like, you know, just FYI, you can pivot that into all kinds of stuff where people don't want to fucking fight you. You know, not to say that call center would be great, but it exists and you wouldn't literally no one can fight you in that scenario.
I also think that like if you're the manager and you're running into this much pushback, there's something wrong in the middle ground. Like there's
something wrong with the restaurant.
You're well, like your employees maybe suck. You need to check that, because if you're a manager, you're not working the register constantly. It means you got called. Some over so there was a situation that escalated before you got there.
And there's better places. There's just places where it's just not a fucking train wreck.
I think that you need to check your employees to see what the etiquette is with them, what the morale is with them, what's going on, what's leading you to that.
But also, I wouldn't expect that to change.
If he's the manager, you should be able to hire.
Yeah, but you're one manager. You know, think of how many managers they've got, right? Like this,
two at a fast food place, like two.
Well, this may not be the general manager. Right. This could be just like the day shift manager. This could be the lead during the, like a manager during the shift. Right. I'm just saying you could have like four. Right.
Maybe
where you're on a little bit of a wheel here, you know, and you're coming in mopping up whatever the fuck's happened before.
Could be. I think that, but I think that there's got to be some issue with like your employees. It just doesn't make sense to me that you would be dealing with this much. Like I don't think you should be getting this much FaceTime with customers.
You really shouldn't.
And then, so there's that. Also, one thing if you're working at like a chain restaurant, man, like one thing they don't want to do this, but you need to have better signage. It's something that when I worked at Whole Foods, I worked as a barista and as in the juice bar. If we were out of like celery or whatever like that, my boss has fucking refused to put up a sign. So these motherfuckers, and I hated the customers, but in their defense, they wait in line for like 20 minutes.
They don't even know there's no celery.
They get there and they're like, "Oh, we don't have what you want."
Right.
And then like we expect them to be cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, so if there's something that's like going to piss
anything you can do.
off, can you prevent this? It's all in the preventative.
Yeah. But most of the time, especially corporate, they don't want to fucking do that. They just don't want to do it.
Because they don't want to bum customers out. They, they don't give a fuck. They want you to take the hit. You know,
so that's what I'm saying. You know, you could honestly, it could be that you work at Wendy's and like right next door is a fucking Arby's. It's like pretty chill. Like what I'm saying is the culture of the place is probably already embedded. Right. And I don't think that you're going to change the tides. Well, you know, you're 18 fucking years old. Just select a better tide. Right.
Right.
You know,
if you go into any other job as an 18-year-old manager, you're more likely to get hired. Like they're gonna be like, oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. Is you're the manager,
cool, you know,
they're gonna accept you wherever you go, even if you don't make manager there, right? Like, and the pay is a little bit reduced, or I don't know what. Again, the pay at, let's say, a fucking Taco Bell versus a Chick-fil-A, like, but I would imagine like Chick-fil-A is gonna pay more across the board, right? So anyway, God's fucking speed. And that's Chase has been lurking on Reddit, and that's the pod, folks.
That's the pod, folks.
Thanks for tuning in.
We love you.
We love you. We're grateful for you. If you like the final segment, you can fucking text us. Oh, you know, we can also DM us on Instagram. It's not that hard to find us. We're there. We're lurking.
We're there. We're hanging out.
If you don't want to, like, it's okay to text a pod and it not be a write-in, you know, but like we'd like to share what everyone is going through. So yeah, thanks so much for listening. And fuck this place.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Yeah, thanks for listening. If you had a good time, don't forget to subscribe, rate the podcast, leave a review, 5 stars, 4 stars. You can give less stars, but don't do that. I mean, you can, but just text us. You know, it's 470-223-5627. That's 470-223-5627. You can just let it out, you know. Get mean. We're here for you. Okay, that's it. Bye for now.